How you doing, everybody? This is Jehoiadak Maccabeus Everyday Survival. Hopefully, the audio won't mess up on this one. Been having some issues with my phone for some reason. Hope everybody's doing well out there, and I'll just get right with it. I, I've been challenged, I guess, in a way to do a video on what is a patriot, and I'm gonna do one on what a patriot is to me, what freedom is to me, and how do you keep both of them. A patriot to me is somebody who's born in the country, a citizen. I guess you wouldn't even have to be born in a country. You have to be a citizen, though. And they love their country. And when they see that flag, their heart just kind of swells up. And, they're really thankful and appreciative for where they live. They wouldn't want to live somewhere else. They'd fight to the death if anybody tried to overthrow that system, foreign or domestic. And there's a lot of different definitions of patriots nowadays. There's patriots on the left and patriots on the right, and patriots in the Constitution, and patriots in the libertarians, and the patriots in the independents, and everybody's a patriot at their level of what they believe. And here's what I believe. So, and I'm not claiming any label on any of them sides I just named off. Some patriots, they believe in their right to do what they want, and they call that freedom. Some patriots believe in freedom with accountability and responsibility, and that line in between them two is why law enforcement exists. Not to protect those with the accountability and the responsibility so much from you. I mean, that is part of the case, but it's also to protect you from us. Because if you're burning piles of plastic across the road from your neighbor's house, putting toxins and phosgene, vinyl chloride, that's what's in a lot of plastics. Being as we've got all that going on, should be getting educated about it. Uh, and it's blowing over into your neighbor's house all the time. You do not have the right to do that. Your rights do end where mine begin. And part of that, an extension of that, is at that property line. And if you're doing stupid stuff that interferes with my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, I've got a right to address you about it. So law enforcement exists so I don't come over there and just put 230 grains in you and call it good for the day. Okay. I heard a live stream the other day say that they thought they should be able to drive as fast as they want to down a highway, and to them that's what freedom is. And no, you dumbass, you can't and you shouldn't be able to. Uh, Not everybody drives the same. Not everybody has the same skill. Even the national or the professional NASCAR guys and all that, they have wrecks. So why am I going to trust you and you don't do it professionally? Huh? You may not maintain your vehicle the right way. I know of a real story just happened about 3 months ago down south of St. Joe, Missouri, and an old farmer had a tire mounted on his truck, on his semi, one of the axle on the semi itself, not the trailer. And he left, and about 30 miles down the road, the whole dual assembly come off that rear end on that semi, and it went flying down the interstate and across the median and smacked into another semi on the other side, and everything from the hood down was gone off that semi and back into the trailer and everything. I mean, massive destruction. The driver of the other semi barely lived. He was in a recovery state for quite some time. I haven't heard anything about him lately, but I'm sure that affected his life profoundly, and he still has repercussions from it mentally, physically. So, no, your rights end where mine begin, and that's why we have laws and we have a system. Uh, because if you're driving stupid, do I also have the right to uh, open fire on you with my fender mounted minigun? Huh? Go drive stupid. If you want freedom, let's just go freedom full blown, because that's what it is. Okay. Freedom also. Here's a good example. Um, Say you got this big nice oak tree just outside your house. It's not hurting the house a whole lot. You get nice shade from it. You get to go out there and sit underneath your tree in the evening and drink your shine and smoke your weed, and listen to your music. Freedom. And but this big tree has branches that grow and they reach down and touch your roof, and storms come through and snap tops out of it. And it's a big oak tree, and unless it's a hurricane, it's probably not going to come down, a hurricane or tornado. But you're not going to get rid of your tree, because that's part of your enjoyment, right? And tops get broke off the tree in storms and land on the roof and in your gutter and down in the yard. And you don't go up there and never trim them branches because, well, you're living free, right? You're living free. You're down there doing your thing underneath that tree every evening, loving life, living your best life. So these low hanging branches end up rubbing a hole in your roof, and you get a leak. And next thing you know, your house has got mold growing in it that looks like the Everglades in Florida. All them tops that got snapped off, they're laying up there on the roof and in the gutter. And uh, pretty soon your gutter starts leaking. The fascia starts getting weathered. The paint peels off of it. Next thing you know, it's getting rotten, and your fascia and the soffit and all that starts falling off the house. And all these branches that are laying out in the yard, you got to get them something done with them. But it just really interferes with your freedom. Me doing me, right? And but the old lady, she ain't gonna give you none if you don't finally cut some of that grass. She's tired of walking out there and getting chiggers on her ankles. So you get out there on your riding lawnmower. Blade's damaged. The deck's damaged. It's vibrating. And you keep running it. It affects the bearings. It affects the pulleys. But you got freedom, right? Why am I saying this? When this country was founded, Benjamin Franklin, when he walked out of the Continental Congress, was asked, "What kind of government did you leave us?" And he said, "A republic, if you can keep it." Okay? You've got a house, but it might interfere with you living so free all the time, down there drinking your shine and smoking your weed and listening to music. And I ain't throwing down on anybody that does that. That's not what I mean. Okay? So don't take that part of it the wrong way. But all that free living is costing you because you're losing your house, right? Your lawnmower's fucked. Your old lady's going to end up leaving you because you're such a dumbass. Okay, it's the same thing with this republic. You got to get up there and trim the branches. You got to pick the debris up off the house. You got to clean out them gutters. You got to pick the yard up where you run your mower across it. Keep a republic. We've had 250 years or so, and slowly over time, we've quit keeping this republic because we're all just too busy doing our thing, right? Kid goes into a store, sees one of them erector sets, sees the picture on the box, with the crane and the whatever's being built there, and oh, I want one of them. I want one of them. So Christmas time rolls around, and mom and dad go and buy him one and wrap it up and put it under the tree. And he wakes up Christmas morning, goes running down there all excited, it's Christmas morning, and gets some presents out. And he starts opening it up, and he sees the erector set, and he's all excited, you know. It's mine. It's mine. It's finally mine. I got my rights. I was born with it. So he opens the box. He sees this erector set in pieces. It's not a crane. It's not a building. It's nothing but a bunch of pieces. And he starts throwing a fit because he wanted an erector set that looked like what was on the front of that box. And he didn't have enough thought process because he was so immature and so ignorant about things that he had to put it together. And his parents tell him, you got to put it together. A republic if you can keep it. Well, little Johnny, he don't want to do that. So he sits around with a bunch of pieces. It's all kind of the same thing, people. You know, people hating on cops. They don't believe that cops are there to protect those who love freedom with accountability and responsibility, to keep them and the ones who want freedom to do whatever they want both in check. There was a live stream here about, it was the year of all the riots, 20, and they were tearing down statues and stuff all over, you know, and I went to this live stream. There was a bunch of us hung out there. There was only like 10 or 15 people showed up there, but it become a pretty big routine for a bunch of us. And I come in a little late, and all this was going on, and I made a comment about it, and the host told me, he said, well, we're not going to worry about all that. This good old Southern man, you know, revolution, got to stand up for our rights, got to take this country back. And he wanted to sing songs. And I was just expressing my concern because it was a lot of good old country folk in the chat, you know, and them statues being torn down ties to a lot of us' heritage. And I just said, well, all right, we're going to regret this if we don't do something about it. Well, okay, we're going to do this. And he started in on me. And his argument on me was, well, Jesus didn't wear a mask. And anyway, that's the patriot mentality of a lot of the modern so-called patriots that, you know, people label as patriots anymore. That same live stream, there was no mods. I didn't feel that we needed mods. We all got along. There was a lot of foreigners would come through from time to time that the host was friends with, and you know, the sub for sub thing. And one guy even was a Muslim, come in and spouting rhetoric. And anyway, nothing was ever said to him. And some of the younger crew thought we needed moderators. And I spoke up and said, I don't think we need moderators. You know, we're all friends here. Somebody stupid comes in, we can all just step up and call him out on it. The host can see that we're calling him out, and he can block him or ban him if he wants to. I don't think we need any hall monitors or cops. That's kind of what a mod is in a way, right? Isn't a mod a cop on the YouTube or a channel? I'm saying this on purpose because a certain person that was in that stream has made criticism towards me saying this about cops, or that's why we have cops, between the accountability and responsibility, and I can just go do whatever the fuck I want. So it's okay to be a cop on the YouTube. A republic if you can keep it. You need to be out being active in your local community, not holed up in some shack up in the middle of the woods pretending you're a patriot. Okay? You need to be active in your community, your local government. You need to be active in your state elections and the state things that are going on. If you want things to change your state. I live in Missouri, and on the state level and local levels, when the feds started doing a lot of their 2A stuff here a couple of years ago, the counties in this state and the state stepped up and said, no, we're not participating. That's illegal here. Okay, that's just one example. It pays to participate. I'm sure I missed some points that I probably should have covered. I hope I made sense. I hope I didn't uh, come off too angry. I'm just very assertive. Thank you very much. And I believe firmly in what I believe in. And I don't take kindly to people trying to bully me online. I don't take kindly to shit talk behind my back trying to make me an outcast in circles. Okay? Grow up, be a man. Stay safe, and y'all have a good day.